I thought you shared
link.
last week.
I did, but later than I should have. Like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Bang, bang, bang.
Culture.
Boom, 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 boom.
So we are now currently on the Majestic Comics YouTube page at 210 subscribers.
Hey.
Yeah, and we started to get them the moment I started uploading more frequently. Which
what
is
up, Betty?
Hey, Betty. This is kind of
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy that I can say this, but y'all almost up there with the multi-word channel.
I ain't that some shit.
What up, McKenna?
Hey, what's up, McKenna? Yo.
That's crazy.
Yo, that is crazy.
Oh, man.
Man, listen.
That's awesome. That's what is that? Synergy, Betty. That's synergy.
It's absolutely synergy.
I was about to say synchronicity, but that's an album.
Yes, it is, and it's a dope album.
It is.
It's a yo. You know the thing is, like, I have a whole playlist, a 80s playlist on Spotify, and it is inundated with songs from the Police and Sting from back there. Like, it is so many of them.
Cause yo, word.
Yeah.
I never knew it was actually a real
word. It's a real word. Yeah. What up, Give Her the Beans?
Oh, hold up. That would have been the right word. That's crazy. It's the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related but have no discernible causal connection. It would have been the right word.
It would have been the right word.
Yo. See, people be thinking I'm smart. I just be guessing right.
Yo, I swear to you. That shit, know what it is? You cobble pieces of ambient knowledge together and form a context. Go, oh, bam. That's what it is, B.
I just guessed right. That's
I like the way you said people be thinking I'm smart. The reason why I said it, because there are people who, listen, I'm not going to say they're not smart about some things.
Sure.
But when I say that they're overstating,
absolutely.
It's like, bro, cut it out. Cut it out.
Right.
And the bad thing about overstating your intelligence, the bad thing about doing that is that the truth is going to come. Like, we're going to see it. What up, Sai Guy? We're going to see, and when we do, we're going to form opinions. So what you need to do is be a little bit more humble, and just a little bit. You ain't got to be super right. That's McKenna said it's a cool 98 degrees today. You know I'm enjoying the car. I bet you are.
What's the real feel?
Yeah, what's the real? Yeah, that's the real. That's the real tale right there.
Right.
Because if it's 98, but real feel of 120, like that shit, that shit ain't helping nobody. We at 78, up here in down here in College Park.
Yeah, we are 76.
It's been storming like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's supposed to do it again today.
Yeah, and I think tomorrow. Shit sucks. It sucks. It especially sucks since ever since I had that tornado situation, I look at these severe warnings, thunderstorms differently.
Facts.
For real, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, what the fuck? Not again.
Right.
Give It a Bean said, I feel that it's been over 100 every day for going on 2 months now. Jeez. That stinks.
Woo. Oh, 98 is real feel. Okay.
Okay.
92.
Oh.
Okay.
For y'all?
Yeah, that's great.
Enjoy your cool day.
Absolutely.
For y'all.
You need a hoodie? Like.
You gotta put a Scully on.
Right. So here they changed the forecast for the day, so it's not going to be a storm today.
Oh, good.
But tomorrow potentially and Wednesday and Thursday potentially. No, not Thursday. I'm sorry. Tomorrow and Wednesday potentially.
Wow.
As of right now.
That's crazy.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, Give It the Beans is in southern Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Wow.
that'll do it.
Wow. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy how stuff, like, you can go to different places here in on this continent, and of course you'll find a different weather and stuff. And then you'll find places for long stretches that pretty much share the exact same type of weather, right? But I saw a video the other day about Ecuador. It's things I did not know about Ecuador.
Sure.
Ecuador is like Colorado, yo. They're up in the mountains. The air is thinner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, don't get me wrong. Ecuador looks, that's the other thing. We got to get out of the habit of thinking about these other countries the way our grandparents thought about those other countries, because it's 2022. And the perception, even if that they really were like that back when our grandparents was kids, this and that, they're not like that. Now, Ecuador, a whole metropolitan city.
Yeah.
That shit is fire for real. It's fire. Side Guy said today is the coolest weather we've had in weeks as well. We just finished a 3-week record heat wave. Damn.
Fuck.
McKenna says, I wish there was this breeze last weekend when I saw Stephen Marley. If anyone wants to know, he sounds so much like his dad live. I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. That is, what's the word? Pleasant.
Yeah, it's a pleasant surprise. Because we've seen situations where the offspring ain't quite matching up. They ain't quite matching up.
What was I about to say? So I found out recently that apparently there's a town somewhere in Canada, I can't remember the name of it, where it's anywhere from illegal to frowned upon to lock your car doors.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, they ain't grow up in
Baltimore. The reason is that they have a relatively high population of polar bears.
So I'm still trying to look for a reason not to lock my door. Continue.
Because one of the only ways to avoid being killed by a polar bear is to seek shelter, and cars help.
Oh, so basically, since it's a bunch of polar bears up there, the odds are one of them gonna holler at you. They're gonna pull up, and you're gonna need to get away.
And there's a car right there.
Right.
That's your only hope.
Yeah. It's like, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, shit.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Bruh.
Yo, but yeah, because Side Guy is not wrong. Polar bears will murk humans on sight pretty consistently. Yo, and here's the thing. Let me ask you this. Are they wrong?
Well,
I don't think
yes. Here's the thing.
On sight, nigga. It's on sight.
Yeah, that's the wrong part about it. See, I get them not being friendly toward us. But nigga, on sight? Like what?
I'm gonna tell you. Yo, polar bears spend a lot of time far up north. And they see that their glaciers are getting smaller.
No, you know what's funny about that? No. I know you're saying that with jest, but that actually is the reason. Because they get most of their food from the ice caps, and the ice caps are disappearing.
And who did that?
So they wander further south.
Who did that? Yeah. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, real shit.
Let's get into that.
I get it. But no, the most frightening part about this is they're starting to mate with grizzlies. That's not good for anybody.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we're moving into a world where pretty much everyone's going to wind up being the same color anyway. So
that's not helpful. That's not helpful.
Yo, grizzly bears and polar bears mating and the level of danger
Facts.
that is the same as
if you see a white bear, it's
Well, yo,
likely
it's-
that it's over. Like if you see because
it's a wrap, yo.
The thing that I was watching made it known to me in a way that I never thought about it before. They were like, think about it. Not only are they the most aggressive, but if you can see them, that means that they've been tracking you.
Right.
Not necessarily, but they can smell you from miles away.
Yeah, you see the snout on them things.
That's funny.
Yo, Eddie feels betrayed. Eddie feels betrayed. He said, my daughter told me.
Facts, McKenna, just like the coyote. What are they called? Coyote wolf. I can't remember the official name for the coyotes and wolves didn't even fuck with each other, but because because we fucked up the wolf population.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me. Grizzlies and polar bears coming together to form crotch fruit.
Yeah, koi wolves. Thank you, sir.
Koi wolves. That to me sounds about as dangerous as bees and wasps getting together and saying we're gonna make it work. I got a story about that today too. You betray Eddie?
Si, I think it's the other way around because just like anything that humans touch, men have to be in the front. So I think Grizzlies are male polar and Growler are male grizzly.
Growlers.
Yeah. I mean, just like it's just as inventive as the liger, or
nigga.
He's a terrible naming convention.
He's a terrible naming. Come on. Come on. Stop it. For real, stop it.
I mean, listen, it is what it is. All right, let's get started.
All right, let's get into this. Me. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, this will be a shortened show today. We're doing 2 hours because I got to work. But we're going to get it in. And I don't know exactly what you have as far as your weekly update, whether it's long or not, but I got some things, you know what I'm saying? I got some things, and I was
Cass got teach stuff. My bad.
Like one, and I want to piggyback since we talking about animals. I was going to actually make this in the middle, but I'll put it out now. So just yesterday, I went to war with wasp. Or should I say a wasp? But I got it in before they were like multiple wasp. All right, so what am I talking about? So two days ago, as I walk out my back door, I noticed on the roof of the shack that's right next to the house.
The love shack?
Trust me, there's no love going on in that shack. ain't no love going on in that shack. That shit is trash. So I see this little beginner's nest up there. And I'm like, oh, hell no, we're not doing that. So I knock it down, spray it with water. I know that's not going to do anything, but I said, fuck it. Sprayed it with water. I said, all right. Now, when the wasp comes back, here's the thing about the wasp. When the wasp comes, like, when they put a nest up there, they also secrete pheromones in that area. So even when you knock it down, they'll still come back there. And if they feel like they can, they're gonna start building again.
That's their shit.
Yes, they do. So you need some sort of chemical solution, you know what I'm saying, to make it untenable for them to do that. I did not have that. I used all the other shit up. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, we'll see. By the time it comes back around to try to start something else, I should have some more chemical, whatever. The next day after that, I had been in the house, back and forth, doing a whole bunch of shit all day long. Hadn't been outside getting the air. So I said, I'm going to go out. I walk out the back door, and we typically leave the screen door open and just back against the wall. I came out and absentmindedly closed the screen door. And what do I see on the other side of the screen door? About 7 to 8 inches of a nest that I first couldn't identify. And then I seen the queen fly up and go up in the hole underneath. I was like, oh, hell no. We not doing that. Now, here's the thing. Did I move?
Yeah.
Nigga, I was Wally West out there.
No. Did you move?
Oh, no, I didn't. I thought about it. I thought about the logistics, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a bit more difficult.
Okay.
Than what I need to do. So I said,
okay.
This cannot stand. Now, funny thing is, we've been living here for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that fig tree, you've seen that fig tree out back. That fig tree is right up near where the concrete sidewalk part of our backyard is, which I feel is too close. It should have been in the middle of the yard, but whatever. And mind you, it was planted, so it was put there, right? It's not like it just grew organically. Nah, the owner planted that there. And I felt like he should have planted that in the middle of the yard, because with figs, wasps and bees love them shits. Really, any fruit that grows out there that gets ripe and all of that shit, like it's going to attract them. So 3 years we've been here, yes, I've seen the wasp around here. I told y'all before about the wasp that was in the little storage tent out there, nest that I had to fight with them, right? But they have never did encroachment like this, where they're right up by a door. So these things are territorial. Once they get their shit together and they got a nice little squad of them, they'll start feeling like we shouldn't be using this door. That can't be allowed. So I still didn't have any of the chemical stuff. So I went and got the hose. Right? I went and got the hose and I sprayed it. And it took a couple of really strong bursts of water.
Mike said sounds like a geese wasp.
Yo, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
Nah, B.
Nobody. So, and eventually I knocked it down, right? And then she, of course, was pissed. So she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, this the fuck. So I sprayed her with the water, right? I sprayed her ass with the water, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think I knocked her out, but then I couldn't see her anymore. That's never good. If you knock out a stinging bug, dead them. Don't because when they wake up,
when they wake up, elder pet.
Oh my god, right? So I was
particularly a wasp or a hornet,
huh? What up, Vermin?
What up, Vermin?
So my son, happened to get him. He had to go out. He just had to go out. I said, "Yo, stop off at the Walmart or whatever, and grab another can of that wasp killer." He said, "All right, bet." So he came back and I had it. I come back, no wasp in sight. I said, I'm gonna spray this area down. Spray it down. So when that motherfucker come back, it's like, oh, there it is, fucked up. So I'm in the midst of spraying it, like, this will be good. And she returns.
Of course.
She returns.
Yo,
and
Mike says she wakes up suddenly. You hear
DMX swaying in the sky. Yo, that's hilarious. So she's back and she's pissed, right?
No shit.
But unlike last time,
you're prepared.
I don't have a hose.
Right.
I got wasp killer. So everything looks like it's going to be all right. Don't it? I mean, if I just start the story right there, you would think.
Not I. I know how these things go.
She came at me. I sprayed. and it was all everything happened like in slow motion,
Okay.
like in a John Woo
it's the
movie.
Matrix
It
now?
was like I was like like that, right? So I sprayed. She dodged the other one. At this time, I'm like, no. So I start backing up. And I think I finally get her, but she doesn't go down. She flies off. She flies off. I haven't seen her since.
She went to go get reinforcements.
Listen, I can neither confirm or deny that even killed her. Because I know she got hit with that last volley. I know she got hit, but she didn't. You know what typically happens as soon as they get hit with some of this shit, they what's up, Ken? As soon as they get hit with that type of shit, they start, oh shit. Nah, and then flew off over the shack. And I ain't seen her no more. I ain't seen her since. So periodically, when I would go outside, I would open the door like, because I don't want to get, ambushed out that motherfucker.
You better hope that the people that she ran to tell have a more pressing issue.
Look, I am entirely aware of the fact that there could be ramifications for this, but I feel like
don't miss.
Yeah, but see, I didn't miss this. That last one hit her flush.
I get you, but if the first one would have hit her,
yeah, well,
and then you sprayed again,
yeah, she might.
You might have got her to fall.
That's true. I might have got her the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
But I feel as though what I did was their ramifications, and I'm gonna tell you why. So remember when we had lost power because of the tornado?
Yeah, it was yesterday. What up, sis?
Well, no, what up, sis? No, not that one. I'm talking about the other time when the trees and shit came down. As we were getting in the car, a wasp stung my daughter on the leg.
Shit.
What happened this week, that's ramifications for your ass.
I hear you.
Stinging my offspring.
But it's
not doing that.
It still feels like they're up.
Look, let's call it a spade a spade. Wasp gonna always be up. They breed too quickly.
Facts.
And too numerous.
Facts.
And on top of that, they got the psychological advantage. Because they're little and dinky, but we don't see them as little and dinky. As a matter of fact, the little and dinky part is what makes them dangerous to us too. Facts. Because it's hard to, but they can, you a big target, they a little target, right? Facts. So they're gonna always be up. But I feel like it's been a day since the war, and we're gonna see whether or not they regroup and do what they're gonna do. But
most wars last years.
I know, but see, here's the thing. This is what I'm counting on, right? Wasps have truncated lifespans.
Right. So what I'm saying is it's not about 365 though, my guy. Like, yes, I understand that they don't live as long.
I'm
but
just saying.
I don't think the factor is that big for it to be a day and you just to be fine. You might be fine.
This is what I'm hoping happened. I'm hoping she flew off and had one of those really dramatic UK-based production deaths. Anyone has ever seen a death from a show or a movie that was made by the UK, especially if it was made anyway in the 80s, they are long, they are drawn out. You get to see what the person that dying sees, and it's a whole thing. So I'm hoping she did that. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that's what happened. I'm hoping.
Yeah, but if she did that around her peoples,
that's
not good for you.
Do you realize how they would view me at that point? Because listen, this ain't my first altercation with them. Not even food, because they don't eat meat. But
I mean, hypothetically,
I would be public wasp enemy number one around here. If she had a death scene, a dramatic death scene
and
in front of
there, my nigga, I don't.
If another wasp stood over her body and then looked up and went, no,
Yeah,
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Listen,
I'm in trouble.
Listen, you should have gone for my first option. Move.
Yeah, on second
That's
thought.
their area now. Like,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
their territory.
And look, here's the thing: they're gonna be there because those figs are there, right? They're gonna be there. So I'm like,
yo, Mike.
Mike and Steven, lucky you don't live in the UK. You know what UK wants say? God save the Queen, because nothing's gonna save you. Yo. Yeah, it's crazy, yo. Look, all I know is I'm still here and I'm taking it day by day. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you really can
You know what
do.
I'm saying? I'm taking it day by day.
Unless you are willing and ready to move. Like,
right.
The only other option is just keep your head.
Wanting to move and being ready to move.
Yeah, it's not the same
two different
thing.
things. You know what I'm saying? So that was an update on the Wasp Chronicles. Now,
before you move on, so McKenna says somehow, despite living in Florida, I've never been stung by a wasp or a bee. I have been by a scorpion, though. Funny you say that, because I've only seen one person get stung by a scorpion, and in retaliation, they ate it. So, yeah.
Oh man,
that's what happened there.
Yeah, the scorpion thing is no bueno. That's not something I'm interested in experiencing. Just not.
Saw's eating the scorpion as well.
How they taste? Like chicken?
I would venture to say no, but I don't have the experience.
So McKenna says, oh man, way over wasp, never piss off a crow. This I know.
No,
this
listen,
I know. I know this for a fact.
All corvids are fucking. They're going to rise up.
Yes.
Crows,
yes, they
ravens, they're going to rise. Yo, did you know that they can talk?
Yes. Yes.
Like parrots and parakeets are not the only birds that
no.
can mimic. Yeah. Corvids can mimic our voices well. They domesticate wolves.
Right. Bro, I'm telling you now, all one has to do is watch Brandon Lee's movie, and you know how dangerous they are. You know how to listen. I was in the backyard the first year here, and one of them flew and landed on the gate part, right by the driveway before you enter into the backyard, right? And he just sat there on the thing, big as shit, sat there on the thing, cocking his head, doing the Wanda shit from Wanda, doing the shit. And I'm looking.
At your house?
Yes.
Yo, you gotta move, yo. I don't understand why you want to keep fighting this. Yo, you got wasps on you. You got them fucking the little bastards that T'Challa had scared away.
Yeah, the skinks.
You got those.
Yeah,
you got those. You got crows.
Yeah.
No, my guy, you gotta. You gotta go, my guy.
Bro, but it gets worse because he stood there.
Yo, squirrels are like the number one cause of house fires.
I can't stand them. But, I know why. If y'all was to see what they did to our solar panels up there, you would know. They ain't shit. But the crow, he sits there on the fence, cocking his head, doing the whole WandaVision shit. And I'm going, the fuck is he? Why don't you just leave? Like, I mean, I understand you said that for a second, but why are you still there? Then another one came, but not on that fence. On the other fence, like, which is strategically positioned, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in between them, and they're both my fucking auto shit, and they both doing this.
Yo, listen,
doing this. Shit.
I'm with Mike, yo. What animal shaman did you go and piss off? Because here's the thing, like the wasp thing. Everything I was saying about that was joking for effect. Not the crows.
No, crows is something else.
They remember.
Yeah, and I didn't do it. See, I love crows.
Yo, it don't matter.
I don't know why.
Yo, it don't matter. They've chosen you.
I'm wondering, though. These crows fly by the house or fly around while I'm walking, talking to either you or one of my other peeps about how much I can't stand people. They hearing that shit. I'm wondering if they landed there and was doing this like, are you an ally? Could we possibly turn you, you know what I'm saying? Like to be a weapon from the inside of humans. They probably could. Listen, I'm just saying I'm willing to listen to the argument. I'm willing to listen to the
That's
argument.
if they decide to talk to you. Man.
I'm just saying they was definitely look. I know already that crows don't like squirrels, so I know they not. The reason I know this,
but that don't. We just talked about coy wolves. We just talked about Pisleys.
right?
The polar bears and grizzlies didn't like each other.
That's true.
But they for some reason
That's true.
came together. Coyotes and wolves didn't like each other, but for some reason,
Sure.
So I wouldn't.
That's true.
And crows have already started domesticating wolves. What make you think they're not going to start domesticating squirrels?
Well, if they already domesticated wolves, why go down to squirrels? They might be
because
thinking
they
about
know wolves where you are.
But they might be thinking about why not go up and start domesticating humans. Maybe this was an attempt at domesticating me. You don't know. We don't know. We have no way of knowing. Look, Sai said,
facts, Sai. That is true. It's real. Yo. They will actively teach their offspring not to fuck with you.
You see that motherfucker there?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all I can tell you.
Right. Sai said you could have 100% pissed off that crow's grandparents, and they be holding that grudge against you still.
Listen, I've always sided with the crows. Case in point. When me and my brother Marlon shared an apartment up Uplands, Marlon was always down with the squirrels, and there was this one motherfucking squirrel. They used to come to the damn house, and he would feed them by hand. They would feed them by hand. Like, this little motherfucker. So one day I'm coming home. I don't know if it's the same squirrel, but I like to say it's the same squirrel. Some shit happening in the trees right across from our house. Some ruckus going on over there. And I see a squirrel haul-assing, like getting the fuck up out of there. And with good reason. Because some crows up there. One crow chased his ass through the fucking tree. Motherfucker, get the fuck. He hauled ass. And I came back in the house laughing. And Marlon was like, what's so funny? I said, yo, your boy Rocky got his tail pushed to the side and a foot put up his ass. All these crows out there. So look, another time, I'm walking up, go to Emerson Village Shopping Center, right? I got to go through this alley, and it's the dumpsters. This was the village back then, all right? So, you know, the dumpsters, it was trash in the dumpster, sure, but there was trash all around the dumpster too, right? So there was a squirrel over there eating a donut. A crow came by, whooped his ass, and took the donut. He took the donut. So I know, listen, and I cheered him like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I get why the squirrels don't like me. Why the crows? Now, to their credit,
if the crows have taken to domesticating the squirrels, then they could probably get from the squirrels that you've been fucking with.
Listen, fuck them squirrels.
All right. Okay.
Fuck them squirrels. Fuck them squirrels. Squirrels ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, they rats with bushy tails.
I understand how you feel, my guy, but I'm just looking out for your safety.
Listen. None of us are safe.
Yeah, but you seem
talked
to
about
be
this
in
last
a particular danger zone. I get that none of us are safe. That's also true. But you seem to be in a particular danger zone.
Look, all I know is they better leave me the fuck alone. Ain't nobody playing with them.
I'm not talking about the squirrels. I'm talking about the crows, nigga.
I haven't seen a crow since though. So unless they left their orders and then they bounced, that was the one time I sent them. I thought it was odd.
Again, they have amazing memories. They may have had more pressing things, and you're still on the list.
I'm in the queue. Is that what you're saying?
My guy.
I'm in the queue. That's actually fucking hilarious. So the next thing on my list is who else saw that Alex Jones was made to pay $45 million for the lies he spread. Here's the thing. When I first saw it, I was confused because the number I saw was 4 million. I went, 4 million? The fuck? No, that was the first, whatever. But the punitive damages was 45 million. And all I kept thinking about as I saw those clips of him looking absolutely absurd, in the courtroom. All I saw in my head was the very small, minuscule amount of people I know that used to watch him and swear by him and repeat his bullshit, right? And all I kept thinking to myself was, my God, you're dumb. Like, at the time, he looked like a nut.
Sure.
He sounded like a nut.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't. I know he was on his Almond Joy shit, but these are some of the same people that would try to school me on shit they have absolutely no information to back up.
Sure. So
I guess it makes sense, right? That they would, but it's like now that it's happening.
Cindy.
What up, Cindy? Now that this is happening, I really want to know what's going through their heads. And unfortunately, the one in particular, I don't have contact with this particular person anymore, right? Because they moved. You know how you just lose, like people lose contact information, all that shit. But I remember this person going hard for Alex Jones. Picture that. You going hard for Alex Jones.
No, I can't.
Me either. So I'm wondering why someone else would, right? Like some shit. We kind of talked about this a little bit before we went live, but it's really annoying when people oversell how intelligent they are.
Bruh.
It really is. And the problem with doing that is that we're gonna find out. Like,
that's evidence. You leave evidence everywhere you go.
We're gonna find out how much you know, how much you don't know, where your mental lapses are, the gaps in your critical thinking. We're gonna find out. So it's best to be like, I'm a man of average intelligence. Say that. But when you oversell it, like the shit that's going on up here is worthy of miracles. Like, we see you. We see you. We see you.
Thanks.
And if we see you on a regular basis, talk to you on a regular basis, we're going to hear takes from you. And then, depending on what those takes are, what particular category they're in, evidence of it will come out. And then when we start doing the tally of how many times you was right and how many times you was wrong, we then going to go back to all of this big to-do you made about your vaunted intelligence and knowledge. And they're not going to add up. Intelligence. and then they're not going to add up. Like, don't do that. And I just really wonder, I wish I could get, all I need is a couple of paragraphs of analysis from this specific person about the whole Alex Jones thing now. Because I would really like to see like where you are now.
Funny.
Where are you?
Hilarious.
Like, he is an absolute buffoon.
Sure.
But that goes to something else. I'm thinking the timeline got fucked up.
Well,
something happened, B.
Clearly.
Because how could it be possible that we live in a world where the buffoons can make as much money as they said this man in 2018?
You don't have to be smart. You just have to be smarter than other people.
That's true, but he's not.
I promise you, he's smarter than a lot of his followers.
Oh, well, that's I see what
you just got to be good at the grift.
I see what you're saying. You just have to be, because, bro, they said in 2018 he was making $800,000 a day.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
You just got to be good at the grift, and you have to have a few people you're connected to that are actually.
And you also have to have no conscience.
Yep.
You have to have the ability to turn your empathy off and to be able to. Any man that's able to knowing full well that these families lost their kids in the worst way you can imagine, and get on your platform and say, no, those kids never exist.
Right.
What?
Right.
What?
That's divorced from reality. Like,
Yo, I have the misfortune of having friends that have lost children.
Right.
Bro, it's devastating. It's deconstructing.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them things that you, from what I've observed, you don't really get over. You never get over that. Now, I would argue you don't really get over any deaths. You get through it. You don't get over it. You get through it, right? But this alters you. This thing alters you. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody not to get that, or not to have the empathy to be able to listen, I'm a grifter, but I ain't going that far.
Right.
I'm scamming, but that's crazy. I ain't doing to not have that. That's crazy, bro. That's super-villain level right there. That's you know what I'm saying? That's sociopathic. Yo, nigga. And to know that this is only one family. It was 19 others. So we gonna see what that pocket gonna look like by the time they get finished hitting your shit up. We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy to me. And then this is what I mean by the idiocy of it. Or maybe the genius, who knows? While he was in court, after he would go in there and get destroyed, him and his lawyer would get destroyed by the judge and all that shit, he then would leave out of there, get in front of a camera or get on his platform and talk shit.
I mean, come on now.
And talk shit.
Because he needs money.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. He needs the money to replace the money that he's about to spend. Right.
Yo, that's a good point too. Sai said, "Tune, that empathy is exactly why most people won't ever become rich. To get there, you have to be able to ignore any moral decency." See, this is the thing about that, right? It's one thing to be rich. You know how absurd it is to say you made $800,000 a day for an entire year? Like that, yo, right? That's a different. That's a whole different. 800. I have never seen in person $800,000 at one time. I've never even seen. I don't even know what it looks like.
Right.
McKenna says, "Oh, I'm sure if the school shooting was worse, we would have been added to his list of false flag." Yup. Some of his supporters already. Yeah. No doubt. Oh, I'm certain of it, because for them, nothing ever really happens. Yeah. Except for all the other conspiracies. But this other stuff, everything else, nothing else that goes against.
They're divorced from reality.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's just the craziest thing. Moving on. So yesterday, I happened upon Jaded Nerd's live stream.
And I watched that live stream.
Did you?
I didn't watch it live, though. I watched it back.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it, when I popped on there, his level of frustration was palatable. I could feel it. And one of the things he was frustrated about is the fact that he feels like his channel had this spurt, and then it hasn't shown any growth, and it's frustrating. And it is. Listen. But when he first started, I told him, I said, bro, I went through the same thing. Yeah. This is before his channel started to grow. I told all y'all my experience with that. Like, we get it in spurts, and then nothing. And then after a while, if you're not doing certain things, your engagement starts to wane. Mm-hmm. You know, these things happen, and some of it is user error. It's like certain things you weren't doing, but sometimes they also change things on the platform to make it difficult for people to find your shit. You
That's
know what
I wonder, because I saw him talking about it's not my SEO. It's not my SEO. Have you been keeping up with the changes in SEO?
Right.
Because I noticed he said something about tags, and tags aren't as important
No.
as they used to be.
All right, Ken. Yeah, man. Like, see, this is the thing. There's a lot of work in parts with that. So
Yeah.
I went on. He put a link in the chat for me to go on the show. So I went on the show. This is my first time being on it. And
I didn't get to the end. I fell asleep.
yeah, it was. Oh damn! It was his community very welcoming.
I ain't watch it till it was like 12:30 or something.
Oh shit!
By the time I turned the replay on, because I didn't turn it on until it was completely over, completely over.
Right, that's crazy.
Like sometimes you can go on a live and you just
catch the last
manually
just moved over. Right.
No, it was done. It was uploaded. It was processed.
Damn.
And then I turned it on. Yeah.
See, that's the thing, right? But one thing I say, his community very welcoming.
Oh yeah.
Very supportive. It's really dope what he's built right there. And I think sometimes with Jade it is because he's always looking forward, which I get. I understand that mentality. He's always looking forward. Sometimes it's difficult for him to look back and see what he actually built. Yo, you built something there. And YouTube is a hard grind. It is. Because you got some people that for whatever reason, they get the quick success, and then you have other people who are doing great work, but they just don't get
a slog.
Yeah, it's a slog, you know what I'm saying? And it's an uphill grind. So I definitely felt his frustration with it.
Yeah.
He also introduced me to another YouTuber, the Plainest Jane. She's dope. I like what she does. I like her commentary and the way her presentation is dope. So I see why her channel is doing as well as it's doing. But the one thing that really put me into mind of all of that is the fact that how his community responded to him when he was having these moments of indecision, and how they were coming and giving him advice on stuff, giving him suggestions on what he could do. All of this stuff, very helpful stuff. And this is what I recognize as a community. When you build a strong community on these social media highways, right? That's typical of them. And also, the thing that he needs to understand is it doesn't need to be super big.
No,
it doesn't need to be super big.
Not at all.
They just need to be a
he
number.
He said it himself.
Right.
He said if he got 50 people to go over to the Patreon, it would probably outdo the 16, almost 17,000 that he got on YouTube.
Facts.
That's true.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
Real. Yeah.
It's accurate as fuck. It's accurate as fuck. The community aspect of that is dope. And what it put me in mind of was the same thing with our Majestic Comics business. And this is why I told him when it was suggested, because he has learned a whole lot about video editing, how to use this software and all that. When it was suggested to him that, hey, start teaching classes and lessons in that. And he was like, well, I don't know how to present it. So I was actually going to talk to him today, because there's ways you could start with that just using Patreon. You could literally have Patreon.
Right. That is the one thing I didn't like about what his community was doing. And it's not specific to them. This is just something that
What
I
up,
see
Free
all
Stinker?
the time. What up? This is something I see all the time. And I know that the good actors aren't doing this on purpose.
Right.
But as a society, we devalue the fuck out of teachers.
Yes, we do, bro.
100%.
Yes, we do.
The idea, and he made a very great point talking about Michael Jordan, talking about the line Mike Singletary.
Yes.
Just because you're good at something does not mean. I will tell anybody, I am not a teacher. I am not. There are a bunch of things that just the way that my mind works and how my interest works and how I view things that I can pick up and be decent at, if not proficient at, I can't teach.
But that's the thing. I thought about that too. So he doesn't need to teach any of it.
I agree.
He just needs to say how you do it. Like do a video.
Right,
See, 'cause
right.
teaching is also
you can do a
instructive.
tutorial without teach. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, you see what teachers do in these classes. They in your
Oh,
face. They doing this.
bruh.
Now, you ain't got to do all that.
Yeah.
But you can make a videos step by step of how you do certain things and make
Right.
it available to
Versus
people on.
doing a course thing.
No, don't do that.
Man, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. No,
And truth be told, I feel like a lot of YouTubers benefited from the way that platform is, and they got credit for being teachers when they're not. Like,
absolutely.
no, they're very good at editing and putting together tutorials.
Right.
That's a different thing than being a teacher.
The onus, when you put out a video tutorial, the onus is on the person watching to be able to understand what you say.
Yes.
When you're actually teaching someone, the onus is on you.
That's
to
right.
Make them understand.
And I think that's where the disconnect was too, because he said, I don't think I'm a good teacher. I'm like, okay, maybe not, but you know how to edit video. Mm-hmm. So you know how to use the software. Mm-hmm. So you just do step by step what you do to get started, what you do to do this. And yeah, it takes a little work to figure out to get into your rhythm of it, but I don't think it's anything he couldn't do. And if people are interested in it, because that's the other thing, people got to be interested in it. There's got to be a demand for the service or the product. If not, you can do it, but that doesn't mean people are going to go and support it. And you may have to work a little harder to build a demand or interest in it, or promote it or market it in places where you know people are into that and want to know that type of stuff.
Speaking of that, that's the one thing I disagree with him about, where he was talking about somebody said something about their wrestling content not working, and he's like, yeah, a lot of these places, a lot of these areas are oversaturated. Nah. Listen, oversaturation is almost a myth.
Yo,
almost.
It's 7.5 billion people on the planet.
Right. Here's the thing: the way that YouTube works now, and if you want to know why I can speak about this, just look at the Swagger Like Us video.
Facts.
The way that YouTube works now, you have to be talking about something that other people are talking about.
That's it.
If I can go into the analytics for that video and see the other videos that suggested that video. They're talking about very similar things. Like there are some videos in like the 1% where it's not really close to what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But all the high percentage videos that were suggesting that video, it's a very similar topic.
Yo, it's the reason why you'll see numerous podcasts speaking on the same topic. If it's a trending topic, they know that there's going to be a lot of people doing it, and your shit is more likely to be suggested, you know, because you're talking about this specific thing, which is the talk of the day right now. This is what everybody is on. You know what I'm saying? And I see that across the board. Anywhere from the Joe Budden podcast to what's his name? Corey Holcomb's podcast. Yeah. Like, yo, I've seen them all talking about the exact same events that take place. And it's actually kind of a cheat code.
McKenna.
That's it right there. McKenna said it. YouTube algorithm is an echo chamber. Yep. It is. It just is. So
and
talking about
it's
it.
like that with, like, as much as I hate echo chambers, I am like that too. Prime example. Better Call Saul, the prequel to Breaking Bad.
Yes,
it's in its home stretch. I think it's 2 episodes left. Every time an episode comes out, I watch that episode. The next day, I look on YouTube to see people talking about the episode. And when I finish that video, if another one about them talking about the show is recommended, I go watch that. After I finish that video, if another one is recommended, I go watch that. So that's how that shit works.
That's literally how I watch. Like when Bethesda dropped the presentation at E3 about Starfield, I would watch one video about Starfield and then suggest it either on the side or when the video ends, you see all those thumbnails up there. Oh, it's another one. Let me check this out. Oh, it's another one. Check it out. Because you going down to the rabbit hole trying to get as much information on this topic as you want, and they make it easy for you to do.
And
So,
at no point during that process do I look to see how many subscribers this
Nope.
channel has,
Nope.
how many views this particular video.
Not at all,
None
B.
of that is important.
None of it.
None of that is
None of
important.
None of it.
You're talking about something I want to talk about? Okay, let me watch it. Are you doing a good job? Are you engaging? Are you
Right.
are you getting your
Are you
facts
entertaining?
right? Are you entertaining? All
Right.
that good stuff. If that's yes, I'm going to your channel.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see
Yeah.
if you have other
And that's
videos
the other
that
thing.
I like.
You don't even. Classic example. I started watching Country Wayne
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
He eventually moved his shit over to YouTube. Monetary reasons. He didn't go into details. So I started watching over there on YouTube.
Yeah.
I watch Country Wayne every day, maybe 3 times a day, because depending on how many times he uploads these little 3-minute skits, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed this morning when I watched the one that he just put up there, I had not subscribed to his channel. I had
That's
not
yo.
subscribed to his
YouTube,
channel.
as much as I talk shit about YouTube got that on point.
Yeah.
That part of it, that
Yeah.
aspect, because there are channels absolutely that I watch all the time, and then I'll look up and I'm like, I'll click on the channel thing and it'll say subscribe. I'm
Right.
like, what?
Right. Like I thought
What do you?
I
I watch this motherfucker every day. Like, what do you?
So it seems to me the trick is for those that have the pulse on what's happening in pop culture,
Mm-hmm.
if your motive, if that's your entire intent.
It actually goes into one of the things I'm talking about. So.
Oh, nice. But if that's your entire intent is to get views, engagement, then you increase your odds by having understanding of what's being talked about, what's the stuff, and a lot of the stuff you don't even got to be that intuitive with. You can look right on YouTube and see what everybody's talking about, and then go and put your take on it.
Showdown at Noon. I was literally binging his second channel. He has a second channel called BCGz.
Yes.
And it's shorter because the issue I have with him,
long form,
in general, is that his videos are an hour and a half.
Yep, his very long.
So
form
like,
videos.
I be wanting to like watch, but realistically, time.
Yeah.
So I stumbled across his second channel yesterday, which is B-Sides. The longest video I've seen on there was.
Oh, what's up, GA?
What up?
My man.
The longest video I saw on there was maybe like 34 minutes. That's fine. I can do that.
I can do that.
I can do that while I'm working on something else or whatever, or driving somewhere.
I work from home, so sometimes the long form helps me time what I'm doing. Like I put that shit on.
Absolutely.
Do what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, truth be told, I got put on to him maybe a month ago, and SBJ, you was the one put me on. He did his video about the Manosphere. Yeah, so that's how I got put on. I've been watching him ever since.
I've been watching him for a while.
You know, and I think you know what I think subscription is now, yo? Subscription is you rewarding the creator for constantly bringing it with his with his or her content.
Absolutely.
So it's like, yo, get this person to subscribe.
Particularly Bell subscription.
Yes,
subscription.
particularly Bell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that shit don't.
Nah. There are channels legitimately that I'm subscribed to, but when I watch YouTube on my TV, it doesn't give an option for the bell. It just
it doesn't. You're right. You're right.
So
Same.
When I'll stumble across videos from this particular person that I'm subscribed to on my homepage, and I'm like, oh, I ain't seen a video from them forever. They ain't put up videos.
Right.
Their page, I see 5, 6
There's
videos.
tons of videos. Yeah.
Like, no, come on.
Speaking
that's
of
that's a little annoying. It's
very annoying. Tomorrow, I should not be looking forward to this as much as I'm looking forward to this. Not to the point where I text my wife was like, "This shit, one of my favorite, probably my top tier favorite travel channel is the channel Passport Heavy." Because I like the quality of the videos they do. And many times with travel videos with me, I'm really trying to live vicariously through the person. And if you have shitty looking footage, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. They have film quality, edits, all of that, right?
What up,
Fabo? So I noticed he had one of the promo thing up there, the premiere thing up there for tomorrow, for the 7th, where he's finally going to Belize.
That's funny.
Bro, I'm amped as shit. Yo, I am amped. I am in game amped with Yo, listen. I'm amped as fuck because I suggested a long time ago. Yo, you've been to all these dope ass places. Check out Belize. Check out Belize. Right. Now he probably didn't see my comment. Yeah. So the fact that when I saw it up there, I instantly hit notify. Let me know when this shit drop. So I think it's 1:00 tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna be watching man, I'm watching till my eyes bleed.
Hell yeah.
Because I always said I wanted to see more travel vloggers go there with decent equipment. Yeah. So it looked like something. You know what I'm saying? It looked like something. Most of the ones that I've seen, don't get me wrong, I think maybe with the exception of 3. I saw 3 really good. No, probably more than 3, but it was all by the same guy. A few of them were all by the same guy. He lived there for a few months and got stuck there during the pandemic because he closed down the airports. So he was just shooting videos about the place. And they were actually dope videos. And I don't even know if he still uploads anymore because the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? But like his shit was fire, yo. It was fire. And Passport Heavy is definitely crazy. So if you guys have never, if you kind of into travel videos, you want to know what it's like, that's the channel I would suggest you go to. Absolutely. Passport Heavy, because they put care into the production of those videos, every single fucking one of them. And they look good, they sound good. It gives out useful information about anybody thinking about traveling there or even living there. Because he's done some videos that deal with that too, like living there. But it's dope. And moving on, finally, the reason I wanted to do the Jaden Nair part right then is because the discussion about the community building aspect. So I could lead into this, thanking the community that helped us put together this comic book project and stuff. So as you see right here, this is one of the physical copies. Got it in the plastic. Yay! Don DeMarco. Look. When I first put it in here, when I slid it in here, it was like, you know, when the stories ass. I know what you're about to say. Your ass. It felt like when King Arthur was pulling out Excalibur from the stone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so all of these are in. We're still waiting for the extended versions to be done and the metal ones to be done. So the people that ordered those, they'll probably get those later than everybody else. But right now, I'm waiting for the other stickers. It's one more batch of stickers that has to come in before I can start sending out the bulk of stuff, right? And we still waiting for our posters to get here too after that snafu with the cups and shit. Yeah. But also bookmarks.
Facts.
They came out. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy. It's kind of. I'm gonna have to do that manually. I don't
get your shit together.
I don't like doing.
We're running a high stakes production. There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like
there we go.
These are all double sided.
All their glory.
They're all double sided. So yeah, man, I'm super hype. I'm super hype about all that shit. Super hype. Biddy said, "Better have gloves on handling mine."
Hey,
you're good. It's in plastic. It's in plastic. You are good. You are good. Yeah, the link is up to order. As a matter of fact, it should be on my
Shopify?
page. Yeah, Shopify. Yeah, it should be on my page. It should be on my page. But yeah, we just want to thank all of y'all because seeing the physical copies and see how everything is coming together and the support for the Kickstarter, it's amazing. And I know we're gonna do more. And man, recently, this morning, as a matter of fact, on the Patreon, I put 3. It was hard, bro, because damn near everything in this next issue is spoilery. Yeah. Damn near everything, right? So I sat and I talked to Joseph and I talked to Graydon about it. And Joseph was like, yo, just take a panel, zoom all the way in on the faces and stuff so they don't see what's happening around to get an idea of what's happening and shit. So that's what I did. So if you are already following the Patreon, go check us update up there. Go check to see the 3. I put 3 pictures up there, 3 panels that are zoomed in, like really close, so you can see what's happening and shit. But yeah, damn near everything in this next issue is spoilery as fuck. Sci-Fi says, yo, when can we start expecting the graphic novel versions of it coming out? We know that's definitely my preferred way of collecting. Yeah, that's actually also something I'm looking forward to too, but we probably won't get the graphic novel versions until we're like maybe the first story arc or whatever. Once that story arc is complete, we will start building out some graphic novels with that too, as well as history volumes, because there's a bunch of back history from the negative issues and that we're going to be doing, and these books will be a little different than the mainline continuity. They'll be a little different, and we're trying to do trying to have it almost like a documentary type thing with the history of the abstract universe, the characters, and all of that. So yeah, I'm just excited to do that shit. And also, we got our tickets already. Got our flights booked already for Dragon Con, September 1st to the 5th. We will be down there with the books and promoting and networking and all that shit. That it's going to be a pretty big deal because that's a big ass convention and it's our first. Right. So I'm ready to go in there and make mistakes and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's important for the business for us to be down there doing that. So especially and because we had kind of an inside track to it, you got to take advantage of all the shit you can take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So like, but yeah, that's pretty much my week. Word. How about what say you, good sir?
I mean, I can't really compare to fighting crows and
wasp and shit,
stinging wasps and all that other good shit. But so I got new MIDI controllers.
Really?
I was going to get either a guitar, because I remember I asked you guitar or drum. Yes. I was going to get either a guitar or some configuration of a drum kit for my production, but the two issues were I don't know how to play the guitar yet.
Yeah.
And the drums could potentially cause issues in my apartment. So I was going to go with the guitar because I am a musician. I'm aware of how guitar works.
Yes.
I just don't physically have the experience yet. So I was going to go with the guitar. I even went to Guitar Center. I was in there. I had the Stratocaster in my hands.
How often do you go to Guitar Center?
Not often because I don't...
Mostly software, dude.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
I used to go outside of my MIDI all the time.
Outside of my MIDI controllers, this is the old keyboard, keyboard.
Yeah.
Outside of my MIDI controllers, it's mostly software. So I was in Guitar Center. I had the Stratocaster in my hand. That happens too, so I don't give away my secret.
It starts there.
It starts there. So I had the Stratocaster in hand. I was about to bop towards the
about to squeeze the trigger.
And then I thought about it. I was going to need more than just the guitar to make it work the way that I envisioned. What up, Joe?
What up, Joe?
To make it work the way that I envisioned it working.
Right.
I was going to need more than just the physical guitar.
Right.
I was going to need pedals and all this other type of stuff. I was going to need a stand because it would be the first real instrument in the studio, so you can't treat that just anyway.
Right.
The MIDI controller can stay on the desk because there's room for it.
Right.
The guitar, you got to find somewhere to put it. It was a whole thing. So what I did was I put it down. I decided to go do some research. So in my research, I stumbled across a MIDI pad that was made specifically for FL.
Yes, I know exactly.
And I stumbled across a MIDI keyboard made specifically for FL.
Nice.
These didn't exist when I started, at least not ones that had good reviews.
Yeah.
They weren't a thing when I first started.
Right.
So I'm not as impressed with the pad. It's still good.
Yeah.
It's not a bad MIDI controller. It's just not as impressive.
Like you thought it would have a different. It would add in a different way to your workflow than it does.
It's effectively, it's still an upgrade over the old one I had as far as production is concerned. Because if for no other reason, and you know, I haven't sat with it long enough to know everything about it.
Right.
But if for no other reason, surface level, than the fact that there are more pads.
Right. Right.
So that I can
so you can put more sounds on it. Yeah.
There's also it also has, because it's made for FL, it interfaces directly
with that FCC thing.
Oh,
okay. Oh,
no,
okay.
That too though.
Okay.
It does interface with the FPC, but specifically with the sequencer. So instead of clicking in, I can literally do it.
Yeah.
It has a loop
that's
and
convenient.
everything. Like
it's convenient as hell.
Like I said, it's an upgrade over the old one.
Right.
It's just not as wow as I expected.
Got you.
But the keyboard, bruh.
You over here loving life with that keyboard.
The keyboard is game changing. I haven't had a chance to use it for real, but the keyboard is game changing. See the pad. I ordered these last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The pad came the next day. The pad came Sunday.
Mm.
The keyboard was supposed to come. No, I'm sorry. I ordered them Friday. The pad came Saturday. The keyboard was supposed to come Sunday. United States Postal Service be lying they fucking ass. So I got the
it's the Postmaster General. He piece of shit.
Hey, I got the USPS informed delivery thing where they send you a picture of whatever you got coming, and they also alert you about packages.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that email that morning, and the email said that the package was going to be coming Monday. I look on Amazon.
Right.
Amazon says that the package is coming Sunday.
Mm.
So they must have lied to Amazon, because the shit I got from them was the real thing.
Right.
It actually came Monday like they said it would. But they must have told Amazon that they were going to deliver it on fucking Sunday. And when it said it was on its way, on delivery, and then it just randomly was like, oh, we attempted to deliver. No, the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't. Because the postal service has access to my apartment.
Right.
They can get inside of the building.
Right, right.
It said something about there was no way to access the front door.
What's your lying ass?
Lying ass motherfucking, because they wanted to make, I guess the only thing I can think of is they wanted to make Amazon feel like they was on top of their shit.
Right. They're not.
Lying ass motherfuckers. No, they supposed to bring the shit until Monday. Had my high hopes up and all that other shit. And I hadn't really got
that's
the
the
chance.
Worst, yo. That's the worst.
But yeah, I haven't had a chance to really mess with any production stuff this week. So I didn't really get a chance to dig into the keyboard. But just looking, funny enough, I guess this is new, the keyboard. I guess it's new. Because one of the producers that I follow on YouTube, maybe. No, it's not as thick. One of the producers that I follow on YouTube literally just got one. And so he's been making content about it.
Wow.
That's why I know all the shit it can do. I haven't got a chance to really play with it yet, but I've been watching his content and I'm like, yo, nigga, it's so much, like, it's game changing as far as FL is concerned. But anyway, moving on. More music stuff. I know Isotope, right? But
love
nigga, nigga, Waves, my nigga. Listen.
I used Waves before.
Listen. Waves just has a bigger variety of useful plugins, and they do some of the things that I was using Isotope plugins for.
Well, let me ask you this.
Better.
I but right around 2011, 2012, I was gifted with Waves, which is very expensive, by the way. Very expensive. They didn't have machine learning, and here's the other problem back then. They weren't necessarily all that compatible with FL, which is what I was using. It took it took Herculean effort to get that shit. So what would happen is I would install it, and then you had the Wave shell, and you click on it, and all it would be there was the shell, and
oh yeah,
nothing
no, they've improved a lot. When I first started, they were still kind of like that.
Oh, so this is still fairly.
This is fairly new.
Now, my question is, because I know how to use Waves, and but Waves, I was manually using certain things like creating equalizer shelf and doing the sweep of the track. To get, all this, I was doing that manually with the programs. Have they attempted to do the whole machine learning thing that Isotope is doing?
Here's the thing. I don't know. I know certain of their products do have AI.
Right.
But I'm not sure how much of it. But here's the thing. Nah, nigga. Like maybe it's so easy to get decent results out of Isotope that I stopped learning.
Nah, a good way to learn is with Waves, yo. That's how I learned how to do all that manual engineering with Waves.
The things like, for instance, noise reduction. I was using what is it, RX8?
Yes.
Noise reduction does not hold a candle
to what Waves got. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
One noise reduction. It's easy. It's simple. It doesn't overload the PC. Because here's the thing. The downside to the machine learning is processing.
Yeah, yo, the processing power is dumb crazy.
Bruh.
Yo, it is. It is.
Like literally in Studio One, if I turn the Isotope RX noise reduction on, it creates delay.
Yeah.
It creates not delay. It creates latency.
Yeah, that's delay, basically.
Well, yeah, technically, but not technically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in S1, what latency?
Yeah.
And it works better. It's simpler, and it works better.
And you have a lot of control over it. So one of the things that Isotope has is their layout for excuse me.
Bless you.
Their layout for some of their plugins is mad complex.
A little bit, yeah.
Mad complex with some of them. Like it's like with their Exciter. You look at their Exciter. Yeah, I eventually made to figure it out. But one of the reasons why I was able to figure a lot of this stuff out is because of Waves. Because I started with Waves. Mm-hmm. That's why.
So another thing. Nectar.
Yeah.
Bruh. CLA vocals. Waves. It's five faders. And you can get so much out of those 5
It's
faders.
a fact.
Like I've literally changed my entire vocal chain.
Mm-hmm.
Since I started using these waves.
Yeah, yo, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Bruh. Don't get me wrong. I'm never getting rid of Ozone.
Nah.
I'm never getting rid of Neutron.
Not at all. But it's always good to have multiple choices.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about it with Waves, I've changed my vocal chain several times. And you're right. It just feels different.
Yeah.
With the Wave plugins and the vocal chain that I use, because it's still similar, but certain things I don't have in there anymore, and I don't have anywhere near as many plugins on the vocal chain anymore. Yeah, because I can get a lot more. Yeah, I don't need all of that.
Yo, I had on my old chain, I had noise reduction, I had 3 different compressors, I had distortion, I had an EQ, I had what was it? A leveler, I had now I got CLA vocals, EQ, and I still got Nectar, but I don't use it for
The entire
Only
chain.
No, I only use Nectar because of the machine learning situation that it has, where
Right.
it carves out.
Oh yeah.
I only use it for that now. I don't use any of the modules.
So wait a minute. So you do still put the relay on?
Yeah, I put the relay on the beat.
Right.
And carve out a piece of the beat for the vocals.
So that
that's
everything
the only
sits
reason
nice.
I use.
You know, I'm gonna tell you, bro. That relay thing was a game changer.
Yeah.
Because even though I could get reasonably good sound, it really depended on the sonics of the instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got lucky, and everything just fit the way it was supposed to fit. Other times you had all your work ahead of you to fuck with that beat. And I typically get one track. I typically don't have multi-track beats. Sometimes I do it. I just get one instrumental, so I don't have the flexibility with moving the drums, playing with the bass on the drums, so that my bassy voice can doesn't take up the same space and clash with the signals and shit. Like, I usually don't have that flexibility, but with the relay and carving out the space for your vocals, that the AI machine learning shit just does it. I ain't gotta worry about it. I put it over here, and it increases my workflow.
Yeah, facts. So that's really, I went from like 7 plugins to like 4.
It's a big deal.
And those 4 are not as intensive on the damn CPU.
That's right. It's facts. That shit matters. That shit matters.
Because the reason all this started was because I saw a poll somewhere, and it was like, what's the best VST company? And my initial reaction, Isotope, fuck you mean?
No.
And then I looked.
They've been yelling Waves. Oh. Waves has been the industry standard for a while. It's just that I don't think Isotope has ever it's never been in that position. Yeah. Even with all the new shit that he did, Waves has always kind of been the industry standard. Just like Pro Tools used to be the industry. I don't know if Pro Tools is still the industry standard, but I know for the longest time, since motherfuckers was recording shit on fucking computers and shit, Pro Tools. You gotta get some Pro Tools, bro. I had people telling me that, you gotta get Pro Tools. I was, man, fuck Pro Tools. It was too expensive, yo. It was mad expensive. It was mad expensive.
So yeah, that's the conclusion I came to with this plugin shit. It was like, yeah, I'm already a proponent of not being fucking gang members.
Yeah,
with this shit. Like, just because you like Waves doesn't mean you only have to use Waves. Like, you can use other things.
Right.
I've been like that. I'm like that about everything.
Right.
But now, just seeing the different ways that I can do things, and like, Isotope makes it easy for their plugins to work together. But there are some times where a better plugin is worth the
extra that's true.
Tiny bit of hassle.
Because if you're getting a crazy effect from it, for me, it's always been, because once I stopped producing, like making beats, my priorities shifted.
Right.
So I wanted to always make sure that my vocals was clean and had power, strength behind it, and that it blended in with the track, and that I could, and then of course get my mastering suite had to be good. Because I stopped doing beats. But when you're a producer, I know this from personal experience, the rest of all of the other shit matters. Like, all the other shit matters. It matters. Because the moment you got a goddamn bass guitar interfering with your kick drum, that other shit matters. That other shit matters.
So that's that. So 2 weeks ago, when I put out that video,
deeper dive
about Forever, I had told Tim, I didn't say it on here, but I told Tim, because we didn't have a show that week,
right?
So I spent the whole day putting that video together from conception to upload that day, that one day, which is something I really don't. It's taxing to do with these deeper dive videos, to do all that shit in one day. Like, it's a Herculean task.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm kind of doing that again today, but here's why. It wasn't on purpose. It absolutely wasn't on purpose. I had a script. I was pretty much done with the script.
Mm.
But then I came across a piece of new information that I would absolutely be remiss to leave out.
Leave out of the
issue is that new information wasn't something I could just tack onto the script.
Mm.
It completely recontextualized the entire point that I was making.
That kind of sucks, though.
So I started.
That's extra work.
The script. Well, I started remixing the script earlier today, and hopefully I'll be done with everything by tomorrow. Luckily, there isn't a bunch of research I have to do because this video is about the MCU, and we all know I can do a video about the MCU with a script.
Day.
So yeah, luckily it's not something I have to be research heavy on. It's not a song that I haven't heard in 5 years.
Right, you're very well schooled on.
I'm well
stuff.
aware on what's going on.
Yeah,
with the MCU.
you know what's happening.
So that's that. Then I've had a good run about work in recent weeks. I've had a really good run.
So you knew that eventually
all
things
end.
All things end.
Not like this.
Entropy will set in at some.
So the dude that is the company that we're working with to get this online stuff working and all that other shit. The company he's working with, not his company, the company he's working with, they are getting the fuck over. They are scamming. I ain't gonna say scamming.
Yo, said the S
they
word.
are getting over, my God. Like, when I say getting over, I mean getting over. So, whether it's on purpose or not, because I'm not saying that they're doing it intentionally.
It doesn't matter if the
be,
result is the same.
Right. It might just be they standing on their square. Like, and I can't be mad about that except for the fact that it affects me.
It negatively affects you, right?
Yeah. So for at least 6 months, the oldest record I have is 6 months old. But I would not be surprised if I started asking about this before that. I just don't have the records. For at least 6 months, I've been trying to get a relatively tiny feature added that has huge ramifications. On our online app, the place where you put your social security number when you're doing the application is plain text. Now, some people may ask, what's wrong with that? I'll tell you. There is no masking whatsoever. Now, if you go to any application online, you will notice that when you go to put your social security number in, as you type, the numbers might turn to dots.
Yes.
Or, after you finish, it might all turn to asterisks.
Right.
That's called
and
masking.
Sometimes they'll have a little eyeball over here in the
click
corner
on that to look
make
at
sure that you got
right.
the right.
That's called masking. On our application, there is no masking whatsoever. When you type it, you see it. When you leave the field, you still see it.
It's called full transparency, nigga.
So, anybody who happens to be behind you could potentially see everything.
Don't you want full transparency?
I feel like this is a huge security breach / liability.
It is.
The issue is...
But it's an asset for somebody.
Well, here's the thing. The company that we're working with assumes all liability if somebody's information gets hacked.
Oh, well, shit.
But that's it.
That's not a hack.
Hacked. Right.
It's not a hack.
Anything that happens before the person hits submit, that's on us.
Right.
And people don't seem to take this as seriously as I am taking this.
Mike
That's
said
funny, Mike. They don't seem to see the importance.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
This goddamn napalm.
We almost made it. Talking about this. Anyway, they don't seem to see the issue that I see. So, we had a meeting Wednesday. And he's like, yeah, I asked the guy about it. He won't do it. He didn't say those words, but effectively that's what it boiled down to.
Right.
It's still on the list. of additions to be made. It's
Right.
I've been asking on record since February. What are you?
I put that there because they're on 2 different platforms,
Facts.
so they probably wouldn't see.
Yeah.
Might call it up.
So I've been asking for this since February. Let me give y'all a peek into how simple this would be to do, right? One of the easiest things to do in programming is text manipulation.
Right.
It's one of the easiest things to do. If you ever take a programming class, the very first thing they have you do is hello world.
Right.
It's the very first thing they have you do because text manipulation is very, very easy.
Is Jonathan right about this? He says if the CC is not matched, it'll be against PCI compliance.
They aren't. They don't input their credit card number anywhere. But the Social Security number, I feel like that should be against some type of compliance as well.
Yeah.
I feel because now that was just for all these 6 months plus. It has just been in my head. Nobody's Social Security number should be fully visible.
Yeah,
that's just what I was doing. Right?
Facts.
But no. It's actually worse than that. Let me explain. So, you know what else is plainly visible on this same page?
What's that?
Your first name.
Your blood type.
Last name. Your date of birth. Your phone number. Your email address, your driver's license number, the names and ages of your children, emergency contact info, including their relationship to you.
That's
Also,
crazy.
The address where you're applying to live.
Yeah, that's
now,
crazy.
What are all these things? Two things. One,
home invasion.
All common passwords that people use.
Oh, yes.
What else are all of these things? They are common security questions that are asked in password recovery.
That's a fact.
So if I have the average random person, if I have your social security number, your first and last name,
I got all of your shit.
I got a lot. I got your date of birth.
Because you're talking about the average person.
The average person.
You're not talking about assholes like us.
I'm not talking about somebody that's security conscious necessarily.
Or just paranoid.
Right, sir. That is all the information that you would need to steal somebody's identity.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
So, you ever did a forgot your password ever? There are several ways that people do them. One of them is security questions.
Yes.
What's a very common security question? What's your mother's maiden name?
Yep.
So if your emergency contact happens to be your mother, there's a 50-50 chance that her maiden name is going to be on this page with your social security number, your date of birth, your first and last name, your email address, your phone, all this shit.
Gotta love it.
That's funny, Paul.
Yo, he is so ass, yo.
But he's so right.
He's right, though.
Like,
right.
Bro, what the fuck? What are we doing? Why don't y'all understand that this is a big issue? Not so much the people in my company, because the people in my company,
it's the other company.
They're pretty much, their hands are tied.
Yeah.
My boss was in this meeting and she's like, because we can't do anything about this.
That's on their end.
The developer has to make this change. Actually, there is a potential way that we can work around it that I just realized yesterday. So I'm going to talk to the guy because in the program there are, at least in one part of the program, there is a way that you can use custom fields. And we used it, me and him, we used it to fix something that the developer wouldn't change. Right. So I'm hoping that maybe we can do that with this as well.
This is crazy.
Sounds like when we bought this house, the legal secretary sent us the title search by email that has names, date of birth, social security number, mother's maiden name of everyone with similar names.
That's
the buyers and sellers.
Crazy.
And see, you're never supposed to send anything with a social security number through email.
That's crazy.
Never supposed to do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. like I said, Joe happens to belong to a similar category as far as being mindful of security measures.
Right.
The average person is not. They simply aren't.
They just trying to get into their account.
Bruh. Joe, while that was an identity thief's wet dream, this is a social hacker's wet dream.
Facts.
Because that's what social hacking is. If I know things about you and you're the average person, I can probably figure out some of your security questions or even potentially your password.
Yeah, facts.
For real, a lot of people make their passwords their birthdays. So if I know your full birthday and I know how many characters this particular password requires, I can potentially guess your password.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. I'm gonna start referring to that other company as they are identity theft deniers.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? They like the climate change deniers. Like, yo, this is bad. Y'all don't see that this is bad?
Facts. It's just like I don't know if they. I don't know what the situation, because I've never been able to talk to the developer, so I have no idea.
Are they keeping you away from the developer?
Well, here's the thing: we have no relationship with the developer. The developer is contracted to the other company. So even if I ever did talk to him, he don't gotta listen to shit I say.
That's true.
He has no obligation to listen to anything I say. The issue that I'm having is why doesn't he have an obligation to listen to the other company?
Yeah,
That's the issue I'm having. That's why, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what their situation is. I don't know what the deal is.
Joe said an operator at Princeton University told him that he thought his passwords were good because he used his wife's and children's birthdays. I told him, go home right now and change them.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't, to be fair, and I'm not taking away how dumb it is. It's still dumb. But to be fair, it's easy that way. It's easy to use something that you know you're gonna remember.
And like I said, most people are just trying to get into their account or just trying to start their account up.
That's it.
They're not thinking about.
They're not thinking about all the potential ramifications. And it's like, yo, what are we? Like, we're really gonna. And I've been talking about this for like 6 months. Now we're about to move to what is our busiest property. And in the last email that we sent him before the meeting, my boss specifically said it's mandatory that we get this masking moving to this office.
No, agreed.
Because simply people walking around.
Agreed.
The amount of traffic at this office is higher than anywhere we have the system
agree.
running already. So what are we? What the? I don't know. I don't know.
McKenna said, if I use a birthday, I use my dogs.
That's
that funny. I don't put online.
That makes sense.
It does. It does.
Hold you.
It
that
does.
Makes sense. And here's the thing. I say, if it's anybody that's not security conscious, even people that are.
Right.
I ain't gonna hold you. One of my previous passwords that I had even a couple years ago was absolutely like my mother's birthday. I don't use it anymore.
Right.
But see, now that's a good point, Ben.
They got them randomizers now too.
Well, what I have is a password manager.
What up, Ben? Mm-hmm.
I have a password manager that every time I create a new account, I open the password manager, set it up,
right,
and it gives me the option to generate a password.
Right.
And
right.
I generate the random password, save it in the manager. And any account that I've started since 2020, I do not know the password.
Right. Right.
I don't know the password at all.
So you don't know it, other motherfuckers ain't gonna know that shit.
Right. I have a password manager that creates a completely random password with capital letters, lowercase letters, special characters, numbers, all that good shit. All those things that if you look at it, if you go to make a password, they got the little password strength. Mm-hmm. All of these passwords will get high strength. So
like no, it's superhuman strength.
Facts. So like I don't even create passwords anymore.
I feel you.
It doesn't make there even outside of doing something random, right? anybody is still going to lean on things that
Yeah.
are connected to something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say outside of doing something random, everybody is there's going to be something in that password that connects to something else in your life.
No, that's facts.
Unless you do it fully random. Like
That's facts.
so now, is it something that others don't know? Maybe you might get lucky that way.
Right.
But it's going to connect you in some way because your instinct is to make something memorable.
And that's the thing. Like some of the ways that you can secure your shit aren't even expensive. Like you got like some of these password managers, you know, that's usually even the subscription model. It's $3 a month. Some shit like it's worth it, bro. It's worth it.
I don't even remember how much this was. Either it was a flat fee
or free, because it's still something that's free.
It could have been. Either it was free, a flat fee, or it's a super low because I don't ever notice it.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah,
right.
It's one of and
yo. You can literally get
the one that I use is called Bitwarden.
Oh yeah, I use that too. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Bitwarden, you can get that shit like $1 a month
like that,
or some shit like that.
Something like that.
You do it annually, $10 a year or some shit.
Some shit like that. It's not expensive.
Yo, you can get one for your whole family for like $3.
It is worth the piece.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Like legitimately.
It was all worth it.
I mean, I'm just saying. So yeah, that was that. Now I have I have a dumbass of the week. And not the question one either.
Right.
It's clearly.
Right.
Here's clearly where this motherfucker. So let me.
Motherfucking weirdos.
This motherfucker. So I know everybody doesn't watch football, but it was a meme. It was a very popular meme. The guy Leo Laporte solved this problem for me years ago. Every password is different, random enough, and I've never forgotten one. Well, see, I don't give myself the opportunity to forget. My memory is terrible.
Right,
so
right.
if I can take I think that's the benefit of these password managers that do random passwords is the weakness of humans making passwords is having to remember them. As long as I don't have to remember it, the password can be anything.
True.
So that I think there's an extra layer of security in that.
Jonathan says
yes, LastPass. Yes, I've heard good things about LastPass. Yeah.
Hey yo, Sai
has to be stopped. Cyrus said, "Dumbass of the Week award seems like a segment where you guys just make fun of Eddie." That's terrible.
Yo,
Cyrus needs to be stopped at all costs.
Yo, at all
costs. Yo, Joe said Toom sounds like a paid spokesperson. I mean,
yo, it's
real shit though.
Yeah,
it's real shit. It's a great service. It's worth the peace of mind. It's cheap, yo. So this motherfucker. So again, football. It's a meme. You don't have to know football to know the meme. Marshawn Lynch. I'm just saying so I won't get fined.
Right.
That whole thing.
Yes.
It's a meme.
That's a meme. Then.
So something.
Yo, niggas is using that in battle rap.
For everything.
Like with their face offs and shit.
Absolutely. So one of the NFL teams, star players had come to training camp because the whole thing is if you don't come to training camp because it's mandatory, you get fined.
I'm just saying so I don't get fined.
Exactly. So what they're doing is showing up and just not practicing.
Yeah.
It's a loophole that apparently nobody thought of before.
And no one's going to fix.
They might fix it.
It's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while.
The wheels move very slow when it comes to adjusting the shit. Yo.
Yes. It may take a while. If they fix it, because they might not, for real. Because honestly, I think they'll only fix it if non-superstar players start trying to do it. I think that's what it is. Because the 3 people on here that have been doing it, they're superstars.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one thing for the superstars to do it, but once Bum Roach Billington, backup wide receivers after that,
exactly. It's like, hold on, sir.
This is gone too far.
Leave.
Yeah.
You can leave. We don't need you, actually.
We're paying you chicken dinner every 2 months. You can get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? We can split that chicken dinner up.
So here is what the original tweet says. Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf has joined 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel and Chargers safety Derwin James as players who are at training camp but not practicing due to unresolved contract issues, per sources. So
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Robert Griffin the third said he responded to that and he said literally there so they don't get fined. And then he said chess, not checkers. That's too much. He said bum roast Billington, isn't it? So
that's a backup wide receiver.
All right. Robert Griffin responded to that post saying, literally there so they don't get fined. It's chess, not checkers, right?
Really?
Some asshole, dumbass, boomer ass motherfucker. And there's a reason why I say boomer. Comes responding to Robert Griffin saying, literally they are there to avoid fine. I fixed it for you. Good golly, with an exclamation point. So somebody responded to him and said, tell me you're never around black people without telling me you're never around black people. What's understood don't need to be explained. Then he thinks he's fighting back. So black people offend. Now I'm reading this verbatim, so please don't think that I'm having a stroke or nothing. I'm reading this verbatim. So black people offend by thought of learning grammar. Noted, I will sink back to Geezerville.
Yo.
So I responded to him.
You know when people think this is what we was talking about earlier.
Bruh.
People think they smart when they're really not.
Bruh. So I said to him, your grammar was incorrect though. You said avoid fine. It's missing a the or an a. So he didn't respond to that.
Of course he didn't.
But then I said, let me see. Oh, I gotta find the other one.
Somebody say they probably say somebody give SBJ some water.
So then I was like, where is it? Come on, damn it, I can't find it.
You should have highlighted it.
Oh, here it is. I said, actually, all of your replies have grammar mistakes.
Oh shit.
Black people offend should be black people are offended. There should also be a question mark there. Your point noted is missing an is. There are actually more. Now, funny enough, he never responded to any of them.
Of course, bro. Of course.
I don't understand.
Of course.
Absolutely, Joe. There's several, like I said, and I ended that comment saying there are actually more. ...
And he didn't respond because
he never responded to either.
You see what's happening here? See, these people get up here to say this sort of shit because they have arguments that are already going on in their head. Long before this conversation took place, they have beliefs. They have thoughts. They have takes. So they do shit like this just so when somebody hits them with a trigger point, they can throw that take out there.
Bruh.
And he's clearly some racist asshole, and he's using this as a way to display it.
Here's the thing. In context, there's nothing grammatically incorrect about what Robert Griffin III said.
Right.
His response, direct response to the above tweet was literally there so they don't get fined.
Yeah. He's referencing a meme, B.
Right.
He's referencing a meme.
Bruh, like I don't.
Yo, Palm said Negroes tweets sound like eep, orp, ork, song from the Jetsons. Sai said, you funny tune, saying that these people have thoughts. That implies they think.
Yo, it's like, what is going on? Why are we, what?
Yo, Joe said they don't have thoughts. It's mostly medulla, like a lobster.
Oh my God. It's like, bro, you thought you was doing something.
He thought he was doing something, B. He thought he was doing something.
The worst thing about this is, in your first response, responding to Robert Griffin, you had more grammatical errors than he did. Again, he didn't have any.
Right.
Because in context, he was responding directly to what was said above him.
Right.
They are is not needed because he's already talking about they.
And the fact that this boomer didn't get why he said what he said, the way he said it shows his lack of literacy in this space.
His lack of awareness.
In this space. You don't get it. You don't get the reference. And then you got on here arrogant as fuck. I love when they arrogantly ignorant, yo.
Be all loud and wrong.
Chest pumped
You know
out.
what? I prefer loud and wrong than quiet and wrong.
Facts.
I really do. I really do. Because
Facts.
at least you were man enough, or whatever the case may be, to stand in how you feel.
But now you got to take these arrows, B.
Right. Yeah.
Because they
still
coming.
wrong. Right.
You have failed this city, and we're going to show you what happens when you fail the city.
Things.
You changed things. You really have.
Like,
you really have.
What the fuck are we doing here?
And then the bad thing is, no amount of correction will do anything for him because he wouldn't even respond to what you say. Like, there's literally no humility. There's no humility in anything about this guy because he can be like, you know what? You're right. I fucked up. You know, I actually saw somebody do that one time online, and the people didn't know how to respond. He said something. They came in and jumped in his ass and corrected him. And he went, you know what? You're right. I fucked that up. That's on me. And nobody knew how to handle it because
they were ready to fight.
They were ready to fight. And the double down is so prevalent online that nobody knows how to deal with people who accept the correction. They don't know how to do it. Yo, Palm said he was hacked. Ass.
That's like. But here's the thing.
Thank you for incorrecting me. Yo.
Facts.
Facts.
You know the funniest part about this is it's not like I had to become a grammar Nazi.
No.
To call him on shit. No, he's making obvious grammatical errors.
And the other problem about that though is that would not have even been your go-to to respond to him if he hadn't come in hot with that shit.
Bruh, like what are we talking about? They are there to avoid fine. I fixed it for you. No. The grammatically
you broke it.
To say that
you broke it.
Is literally they are there to avoid a fine or the fine.
But since he was referencing a meme.
Right. So black people offend by thought of learning grammar? No. So
that's laughable.
Offended
by
the thought of learning.
That's laughable.
Like, I started to put like, what do you have against prepositions? I mean, not prepositions. Not prepositions. That's why I didn't type it because I know I know that's wrong.
Right.
But not contractions. Fuck.
Conjunctions.
Conjunctions. Yeah, like what do you have against conjunctions? Because you are not connecting these words together well, my friend.
Conjunction.
What's your function?
Putting out words, phrases, and clubs. Listen,
like that's what it's.
Conjunctions
You must have never watched Schoolhouse Rock.
No,
because you are clearly skipping all the conjunctions.
He wasn't watching.
Black people offend
he was too
by
old.
thought of learning grammar.
He was too old to watch Schoolhouse Rock when that came out. He was already.
That's probably.
He's too over that. You know what I'm saying?
Probably true. The real Doobie is his username.
He's smoking.
Yeah.
He's smoking.
He's an Uber driver.
So you know what? I ain't gonna do that. I was about to do something really ass, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Let's look at
because they don't deserve that.
Let me see. I wonder. Well, so far they have DJ Think Master still going to be #1 good. Yeah, no, that wasn't a bug. That was a feature. That was a feature. I'm looking at some of his other tweets. He's devoid of conjunctions. I'm dead serious. All right, so a random tweet. Equity, she makes $270,000 to play 32 games, plus shoe deal. Her stupidity, what is in question?
See.
Who on earth brings TH? Oh, god damn it, she's talking about.
Of course he is. I knew. Here's the thing. This is what I said before. That he has these other takes that is hostile or aggressive towards anything that's towards like people that's not him. Yeah. He seems hostile. Has these because a lot of people think just because they don't say certain trigger words that they're not being no, you can tell. If every take you have,
a bigot, sir.
Right? If every take you have is to be confrontational and contradictory to something black people or other people of color have, we see you.
Yo, shit take after shit take after shit.
What did I say? He has these thoughts. I'm putting in quotations because y'all corrected me about that. You're right. He doesn't really think. He has these thoughts, these takes, right, that go beyond just this conversation right here. They go beyond that.
What is going on?
We see you.
Somebody says some NFL player just got busted in the Dallas airport with 6 ounces of weed. Is Biden
I heard about that.
To say it is a wrongful detention? He says
he
had 6 ounce. He had 6 ounce. She had a vape cartridge. Oh, wait. He used a conjunction. Oh, shit.
That was an accident. That's a typo.
Probably.
A typo.
She had a vape cartridge. He will not get 9 years in Russian jail. And if the Russians' political agenda to free their arms deal, then I got nothing for you. By the way, they both idiots. So again, we went back to.
I told you the other one was a typo.
Don't bring weed to airport.
What
is going on?
Joe, this is it. Joe, this is exactly it. I usually tell people that like that, just say nigga, man. Exactly. Listen,
That's
I can always tell. I can always tell.
Since that conjunction, gasp.
Hold
on. Wait. There is a worse possibility that I'm now thinking is the case.
What is that? That's Donald Trump.
No, that would absolutely be worse. But no, this person is an immigrant, a former immigrant.
That's not surprising.
I don't know if that's the case, but this is what I'm thinking because of the consistency with which
he fucks up that. Yeah. Yo, I'm not surprised.
It sounds like people
I've come across
heard speak who English is their second language.
Bro, I've come across people for which they are from other places. They're not from here, but they seem inappropriately attuned to the cultural bigotry that was birthed here.
They glizzy goblin.
They glizzy goblin. Like they seem uniquely in tune with the bigotry that was birthed here. And they co-opted. And mind you, by the way, they're not always white.
Yeah.
They're not always white.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They got exactly, Joe. Lots of bigoted immigrants. Jon Stewart says his grandfather came from Russia, hates immigrants.
Yeah. It's worse than I thought.
Is it
worse than I thought?
It's
because the other, don't get me wrong, the other possibility that he's just that dumb is possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because he's human. But
it's too consistent.
Again, it's way too consistent.
It's too consistent.
It seems like this is an immigrant who doesn't
struggling to type.
Yeah.
But that's why you shouldn't be on some post.
Exactly why you should not be. Oh talk about God. That's why I say it's worse. It's so much worse.
Yeah.
It's so much worse. It's one thing. Nah, it's still worse. It's worse because you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're actively practicing.
And you can't say you don't know. Listen, I have immigrant friends, and some of them who at one point lived over here, but then went back home. And when you hear them talk, they have impeccable grammar, English grammar, impeccable. Even though they have their accent and all of that, but they have impeccable grammar. Yo, my homegirl, Afidi, Continental Cameroon. lives in the UK now. Impeccable. Still has our African accent. Impeccable grammar. So now it be
Facts.
We not doing that. We not doing it.
Bruh, I'm offended.
I'm offended by him being a dumbass. Like, but notice, I'm not surprised.
No,
I'm not surprised.
Not at all.
Y'all suck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's we managed to, that shit went fast. It went fast.
I mean, I'm still greatly concerned by his lack of conjunction usage, but
well, you know, I think we could probably maybe send some people over there to help him out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Send some folks over there to help him out. Depending on where you live at. We want to thank everybody once again for showing up for another weekend of shenanigans.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Do not forget to check out Super Side Guy with the Metas and Mutants. Jaded Nerd, we talked about him earlier. Go check his channel out as well. And also,
go finish that goddamn video.
I was just about to bring that up. Like my man SBJ with his deeper dives.
And next, the next video after the one that's coming out tomorrow is going to be Size. It's going to be Size deeper dive.
Oh, nice.
He did on
dope.
Director's Cuts. Director's
Definitely
Cuts.
looking forward to that. Also, do not forget those of you who have signed up to the Patreon. Excuse me, not the Patreon, the Kickstarter. Go to your Kickstarter account and check, because I sent surveys out to get people's addresses so we can get into this fulfillment thing.
I started to be such an ass when I filled mine out.
I know you did, because it's shit on there that you can actually put up your ass.
Yeah,
your ass. Your ass. You are ass. You know what I'm saying? And of course, those of you that are listening to this outside of our live audience, go to Shopify and look up Majestic Comics. Yeah. You can get some merch. You can get the PDF of our very first issue 0 comic book, Extra P and Entropy, the Fulcrum Point. Check all of that stuff out. And for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.